Hi everyone, this is Denise Levy. I'm an artist and designer. Welcome to my studio. Today I'm going to show you how to make this cute 3D bluebird and floral card, kind of in a Polaroid shape and style. Here I've already cut all my pieces, and I like to keep all these small pieces when I do a lot of cutting in those plastic envelopes. I tend to lose things very easily because my studio is quite messy. Okay, so I'm going to dry fit these flowers, and then I'm going to start gluing them together. And they aren't completely symmetrical, so which I think adds to just the whimsical nature of the shape. But you'll see the first time I get it on there, I'm like, oh, I don't think that's quite right. Now, would it be fine like that? Absolutely. Doesn't have to be perfect, and it still would be really cute. But I'm going to rotate it and adjust it so you can see exactly how it was supposed to fit together. And I finally get it. No, I have to turn it one more time. Okay, I think I then get it. And then I'm just going to add just a little bit more glue on that, and now I'm going to put the center of that flower on there, and then that one's complete. Now I'm going to continue that same process with these other two flowers. I'm going to try to dry fit it first, and then I shouldn't have the problem that I had with that one, of not having to futz with it so much. And I think I accomplished that in one try this time, and I did. Then I'll just put that little yellow flower center. I like using this Barely Arts precision craft glue. It's got that precision nozzle on it that makes gluing small pieces really easy, and this glue is super strong. So I'm going to continue putting together all of these flowers, and again just making sure I have them in the right spot. And then I'll flip that back, and I will add some more of that glue and get that down, and then add the center to that, and then we are done with the flowers. So now I guess I decided I wanted to get the bluebird ready to go, so I left the little orange beak in the bag so I didn't lose it. This is a really small piece. It cut beautifully for me, and with my tweezers, it was not hard to apply at all. So hopefully that won't give you any trouble if you purchase this card. And if you did, thank you so much for supporting my art. If you're interested in buying it, it's available currently on my Silhouette design store shop, and then it will also eventually be in my Etsy shop. So now I'm moving on to that back to the middle layer, and I'm putting the background green flower piece, and I had it perfectly, and then I just shifted it one more time, and then so then I have to keep messing with it, and now the glue's kind of adhered. And when I use this glue, as you'll see, I'm only putting it in one area to start, because like you saw, it does dry pretty fast. So I get it good enough, and remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. This stuff is handmade. That's the charm of things, I think when they're not quite perfect. At least that's what I tell myself. Now I'm just going to go back through and get all those other little pieces glued down, now that I know I've got it in the right place. And I can also kind of shift a little bit since I only started gluing in the one area. So now I'm going to do the little leaves, and I am going to dry fit those as well, and we will get all of those in place, and then we will use our tweezers, and I will get those all glued down. I really like the dimension of this. I could have just left it just all the darker green, and not do the lighter green for each individual leaf, but I think it adds a lot of detail and color and charm to this little card. So I'm going to continue gluing down these leaves, and yeah, these 3D box cards are, I think, a lot of fun to make, and it's really nice for the recipient because they can easily display it because they stand up so nicely on their own. So I'm dry fitting that large flower. We're going to put that one down first, and then the next flower is going to overlap that. I'm trying to get that just right, and nope, gotta. And I this big flower, I don't know why it's really giving me problems today. Hopefully that won't happen for you. Okay, now I'm going to go on to this one. Now this flower, I'm going to use a combination of glue and a little pop dot because I want that flower to kind of be level. I don't want it to like be slanted down because of the thickness of that big flower. So I'm going to put a pop top on one side, and then I'm going to put a little glue on the other, and then we will get that adhered down to the card. And hopefully I have this one in the right position, and I do. Look at that. Awesome. And then we'll move on to that third flower, and this one is gonna overlap again, and I'm just actually just using one pop dot for that, and we will get that adhered down to the card, and then we will be done with this middle layer of the card. Well, I just think that's so sweet. You could easily alter the colors of these flowers if you wanted, and really customize it, which I think would be really great. Okay, now I'm going to go on to the front layer, and I'm going to weed this little sentiment. Now this font that I chose is thin, but my Cricut cut it beautifully. I also have a silhouette, and it cut on that really nicely as well. I like to test when I am doing thin things like that. I'm not that experienced with vinyl, and so I just want to, if it works for me, I figure it will work for you, because like I said, I'm more of a paper person. I love vinyl, but it's I'm just kind of a beginner with it. So I'm just going to weed out those positive spaces, and then I cut out the bird's eye also out of vinyl, which I suggest since it's so tiny. You could also cut out the beak in vinyl, and that would be a really great idea as well. Might be easier. So I don't know if this is the correct way to do it, but I like to use my tweezers when I just have one little piece to add, and you'll see how I got it way too low. This was just kind of not my day, but I decided to leave the bloopers in because, it happens. So I just adjust it. I use removable vinyl, so you can shimmy it around a little bit if you need to. And now I'm using transfer tape for the sentiment, and we will then get that sentiment in place on the card. Now you could change up the sentiment really easily. You could leave it off. You could handwrite a sentiment, which I think would be really charming, or you could just cut out a different sentiment. Happy birthday, hello, thinking of you, or whatever you need at that time. But I thought this would be a really sweet thank you card, which seems like I can never have enough of. So I'm going to keep burnishing that. The K was really giving me problems, and I'm going to, let's see if we get it. No, we still don't get it. And okay, so I edited that out because you don't need to see me suffer. I finally got it. Now I'm going to place that right on my card and burnish that down. And then we'll lift off that transfer tape. I like to go kind of slow because I have pulled up cardstock before, and maybe that's just because of the transfer tape I'm using, and offhand I can't tell you what brand it is. Now I'm going to glue this little bluebird down. You could use pop dots on this. That would be really cute. Just give it a little more dimension, but I decided just to glue him down just flat. And now that front, oh no, the heart. Always have to have a heart. I love hearts. I I like to add them to not all, but most of my cards. I just think it's a really sweet touch. And I always, as a designer and a painter, I love just a little touch of red on everything. Okay, so now this back layer, you have this background piece with the cutout cloud, and I put adhesive, I guess I cut it out, but just on the bottom and of that blue piece. And then I like to lift the sides up because that will kind of push that piece of blue cardstock right in place. And then I'll add glue to the top. So glue just on the bottom to start, and then I'll add glue on the top. This gray cloud, I'm going to use foam adhesive dots on that. I just thought that would be nice, but you could just glue it flat to the card if you so chose to do. And I think that would be really nice too. So we'll get this adhered down to the card, and then we will start putting all these card pieces together. I got that down. Beautiful. Okay. So moving on. Now I'm going to start folding the tabs and getting myself ready to put it all together. I'm going to fold these tabs inward on the back piece. Then I'm going to take that middle piece and I'm going to fold the left side forward, and I'm going to fold the right side back. And then I'm going to start with the left. And when I'm doing this, I do put glue everywhere. And to start, I have a little piece of painter's tape there. So I'm going to get that lined up with that crease, and I'm going to make sure the bottom is lined up. And it seems complicated, but I'm telling you, they come together so easily. I love making these cards. Now I'm going to make sure that my right side is lined up, and I'm going to put glue all over that tab, and then I'm just going to fold over that right side of the card, apply some pressure, and there you go. So that middle piece is in place. And now we will put on that front piece. I'm going to start with the left. I'm going to line it up, make sure it's all lined up on the sides and on the bottom. And this is pretty easy to do. You just want to hold it just for a couple seconds just to make sure that glue sets up. And then I like to stand it up just to make sure I've got it okay. And then I will, I thought I was going to be able to pinch that with my tweezers. I was like, that's not going to work. So I just hold it a little bit more. And then I'm going to do the other side. And I will just hold that with my fingers and get that, that together. And then this card is complete. Like I said, if you purchase this card from me, thank you so much for supporting my art. If you're interested, in my YouTube bio will be information on how to purchase. Thanks again, and have a great day.